can't touch this.
Okay, so I'm tired of being on Stickcam, and I decided to make a new video. Okay, so let me think. New video. Alright, so I'm gonna make a new video. Let's see, what's the idea? Ooh, look at my shirt. Look at this shirt! Alright, enough of that. Okay, so I went to go watch Mirrors yesterday, and let's talk about that movie. That stink of a movie. It reeks with awfulness. Okay, so let me break it down to you. Alright, it all starts off with the guy from 24, and he gets a job at a security place, and he got laid off of the force because he killed a guy, and he's very distraught about it, and his wife and kids have left him, and he likes to visit them on unannounced occasions. So he gets this new job as a security guy, and it's of a mental hospital. So he gets a job there as the security patrol guy with the flashlight. Alright, so this job is very promising. Yeah, very. And while he has this job, he's complaining about putting food on the table and taking care of his kids, and yet he's driving around in a 2008 Dodge Charger Hemi. Yeah, that's very smart. Okay, so alright, so he gets a job as a security guy at the mental hospital named the Mayflower. Don't know why they picked that name, but hey, it's a blockbuster hit. We can use any name we want. We could have called it Herpes Ward or something, or gangrene, or syphilis, or what's those other diseases? A tumor. We could have called it Tumor Ward for all we know. It doesn't really matter. It's a blockbuster hit. Well, supposedly. Gonorrhea. That's the word I'm looking for. We could have called it gonorrhea instead of Mayflower. When I think Mayflower, I think about a bunch of pilgrims walking around, trading with the Native Americans and doing stuff like that. Okay, so everything's good. He's just around with his little flashlight. Sees a mirror. Okay, he's walking around. He looks at the mirror again. He gets real close. A pigeon flies up, scares everybody in the audience, and I'm sitting there just like, what? Herpes Ward. But anyways, so the pigeon flies up and he imagines himself on fire, so he's like rolling around like he's on fire with the Adobe effects and stuff. So yeah, after that and then he does some stuff I can't remember. Alright, so then he cuts his hand on a piece of glass, he puts alcohol on it and wraps it up in a freaking bandage, and then he drives around and stuff, and then he talks to his wife. Oh, wife, there's mirrors, beware of the mirrors. And his wife's like, not now, damn it, I like my kids and I don't like you and you're crazy and I like to get a lot of cleavage shots in this movie and I'm the star, not you, 24 guy. And the guy's like, but the mirrors, beware the mirrors, they're crazy, they can get you. So then after that or whatever, he talks to his sister. Well, actually he does it before the hour of mirrors, but yeah, he talks to his sister about it. She don't believe him. Nobody believes him in this movie. Would you believe that people kill themselves by looking in a mirror? No, I wouldn't believe it. Alright, so he tells his sister's sitting in the bathtub, and what happens? The mirror demon goes like this, and like rips this open, and then her like, she's laying in the bathtub just sitting around, and then all of a sudden, and then like this meat tears right here, and then she's got like a hamburger looking thing, and then her jaw comes down here, and then like her tongue's all like, and then she's like, and then she's like, and then the water turns Kool-Aid style, and she's just laying there, and she dies. And then like somebody finds her, and then like he's like moving the hair and then moving it out of the way, and then he sees that ugly face with the little eye, and then like the jaws down here, and the tongue's like, ugh. And then he's like, whoa. And then like that guy from 24 comes in. Hey, what are y'all doing here at my house? Well, actually, it's my sister's house because I can't live nowhere. And then he's like, hey, you cops, let me through. I was once a cop way before y'all changed your diapers. And then he's like, get off of me, let me go. And then he pushes him, and then he runs in there into the bathroom, and he sees his sister, and he's like, oh, and then he goes into the sink and whatever. And then like and then he's like, he just gets in his Dodge Charger, and he's like, and then he's like, I gotta save my wife and kids. So he goes to the house, and he's like taking down all the mirrors, and the freaking lady's freaking out. The nanny, she's like, he's like taking down the mirrors and moving around the furniture. Come here, Mrs. What's your name? And then Mrs. Cleavage comes, and she's all like, hey, you stop that, you're crazy. And he's like, I'm not crazy, look, I got a gun. And he shoots the mirror, and then like the mirror, it just like breaks, and he's expecting it to like remake itself, but it ain't gonna happen because it only happens when he's by himself. Crazy. That was a stupid idea. So then he starts painting the mirrors, painting them an awful green color that then he don't even finish. So they're gonna call my dad up or call me, and then I'm gonna have to go finish painting it. But so he paints the mirrors, does it half. Herpes wore job, and then he goes, and then he's like, he goes back to the haunted mental Mayflower or gonorrhea or whatever, and then he's like, he's just investigating. Oh, look this up for me, please. I want to find out about this guy because my acting skills are not very good. And then, like, could you get me a pizza with extra pineapple? And then the other guy's like, yeah, sure, right away. I'm your little pet. Okay, right on that, sir. I'm on Google right now. And he's really on MySpace. And, okay, I'll look this guy up. Okay, drive here in the rain with your Dodge Charger, and I'll give you the files about that nun lady, that crazy 12-year-old that had the demons in her. All right. So he drives in his little Dodge Charger, and then he goes to the guy, and then they give him the file, and then he's like, oh, okay, this looks good. All right, then they go, and then he goes, finds the hillbillies, and they're like, oh, she died many years ago. And he's like, no, that's a lie, because y'all faked it. And then he's like, you better show me where the real one is, mother effer. Well, he didn't say that, but there were some F words in the movie. And then he says, and then the crazy lady's, the crazy nun lady's brother, he's like, oh, she lives where the mirrors are forbidden. And the 24 guy's like, where's that at? And then he's like, it's at this monastery. And then so 24 guys driving in his Dodge Charger, and then he tells the nun lady, hey, you gotta come back and get them demons back in. You gotta die for my family. And then the nun's like, forget you, man. I ain't gonna die for your family. You don't show me that. Go ahead and show me that picture. It ain't gonna do nothing to change my mind. And so she turns her back to him, and he's like, he leaves, and then he comes back. Hey, you better come with me before I blow your head off. And I was like, it's about damn time. Just shoot her. And then so he takes her back to the gonorrhea, and they're driving in their Dodge Charger, and then he sets her in the chair and he straps her in, and she's like, and then like the demons get back in her, and she's like the spawn from hell, and she's like, and then she attacks the 24 guy, and he like puts her in a pipe, and then he shoots it, and it blows up. Special effects are going off, rumbles flying everywhere, Chuck Norris is in the back doing kick flips, Bruce Lee's like, what? And then 24 guys running, he's running, and what happens? Rubble falls on him, and then he's smushed. Oh, is he dead? Oh, I think he's dead. Nobody can live that. But what? He gets out, and he's walking like a zombie. And then he gets outside, and I noticed something weird. Police is spelled backwards, like it was in the mirror. So then he's like pushing his hand against the mirror, and then he's like, nobody can see me. Everything's backwards, so I'm trapped in the mirror. The end. And that's the end of that movie. Herpes War.